Hello and welcome to Maggie's Fun Time. This is Magzie, and we are back here on Infinity Evolved. Um, we are not in the same world. This is a world I play with my kids. It's a hunter's challenge, so it's a little challenge world. Every person on the server can't use any melee weapons. We can only have we can only use ranged weapons, and the two I use is a copper longbow and a ruby javelin, and those two combinations are pretty OP. I do like the javelins. My favorite one is actually the thrown weapons, though the little thrown knives. Excuse me, guys. Hold on, I got my sneezing my little thing out. Don't worry, I'm not sick. I was just sneezing from my Crohn's disease. Anyway, so we're on this one because I've gotten up to the point to where I needed to be without spawning stuff in. So I wanted to show you guys the stuff you will need. You will need two of these guys. I would suggest the immersive engineering blocks because this particular one here is cheaper. If we go to blast, let me turn this off. Okay, so there's two different ones. There's a railcraft, and then there's immersive engineering. The railcraft is a 3x4x3. All right, you get 4 from each recipe. You have to make them the same. You will need to have a way to get a ball of glue. That's the best recipe to use. These other ones, if you have access to the ingredients, you can make gunpowder. Use that one instead. But you can make. I'll show that in a minute. Okay, so that's a 3x4x3, which means you need twice as much. Well, not twice as much, but and then this one is just clay and sand with the ball of glue. So, where this one is brick. See, so for me, this is much easier. It's actually the same amount of clay. If you think about it, you just cook this one up twice, or you cook this one up individually and you make it into things. Where this one, you can just make it into the blocks and then you can actually get this in the world. So there are biomes that actually have that hard clay in them. So that's a thing. Ooh, I am almost full up here. I want to keep talking. I don't need to do that right now. Let me get my steel out of here. As I'm getting ready to move up to some machines. I'm gonna put. I don't know where I'm gonna put them. I can have a basement, but that's about it. That's all I can do. It's a basement. And I do have the starters of strip mine down there. We'll probably just put them outside, though, to be honest with you. Anyway, so I would go with the immersive engineering one. It's going to be cheaper on you in the long run. You will need a laser. I chose to do two lasers because the recipe just works out that way. If we look at lasers, laser, right here, you have to make these along with having obsidian in that, and these you need a thermomic fabricator. Okay, and that is this bad boy right here, thermomic fabricator. Now we can look that one up if I remember how to spell it. Okay, so and that one is gold, a sturdy casing, and a gold chest. Yes, a gold chest, which means you'll need 16 iron. I mean, 16 iron and 16 gold for this one. There is a way to get around that. You can go through silver. Silver just requires 8. So probably need to change this recipe. I don't know if there's silver plates. I think that's why this is probably the same as it was. So I don't know. I don't know about that. Anyway, you can't go through silver, which requires going through copper. Copper, you'll still need 16 copper to get through that at the beginning. Now you can go for your IC2 machines. So you can go for the metal former and then the compressor. You will need a metal former and a compressor. I don't have them. I just use the maximum amount of stuff. I just use the maximum amount. So it's 16. I just use 16. I'm done with it. Just make that up. And you also need 4 bronze gears and 4 bronze ingots for the sturdy casing. You will also need a carpenter, which requires a bronze casing also. So you'll need the same amount for that. And also this is 6 on each side if I'm not mistaken. So if we go in here and go car, dent, and we look at the recipe for this one, sturdy casing in the middle, 6 on the side, 2 pieces of glass. This makes your little ooh, hold on. Let me get this out of here. There we go. Circuit boards. That's what this one makes. Now, I have went ahead and made up 2 of these dynamos here. These would be the ones I would tell you to start out with. They are the cheapest ones to make. Go to Steam. Steam power is probably what you want to go with at the beginning. There's a lot of other stuff you can do if you have the ingredients and you want to wait a long time. You can go with that. This is the one I suggest for you guys to start out with. It just requires a red chipset and a coal chunk, which is this. So now I believe you can crush. Let me grab some of you guys. I believe you can crush in here. You can't. Oh, dude. So you might need to go to the macerator too in order to get those. I wonder what happened in my macerator. No, I don't want to make. I want the ingredients to. There's a grinding stone in this? Okay. Let's see. Macerator. Pulverizer. Sag mill. That's pretty much it. Crusher. Probably not going to be using a crusher anytime soon. But anyway, guys. I don't know where my thing went. I might have picked it up and it destroyed it. Anyway, you get it. Grab 2 of those. I would use these. Your starter ones, though, are either your hobbyist generator, which is just gold gears and a piston, or your survival generator here, which is just blocks of coal, 2 furnaces, and a gear. You'll want multiple ones of these. Now, I would suggest to the mod pack guys, both of these starter powers suck. I'm just saying. You need some kind of starter power that's actually going to give you enough power. Neither one of these, this one or this one, is not going to produce enough power for these guys. You're going to need a lot of these. I'll put an example. This one gives you 20 RF per tick, and it doesn't always output 20 RF per tick. All right. These 2 right here barely keep up with this. these two lasers. All right, and these guys output 80. So this outputs 160. All right, and one of these will cover these barely. All right, so you'll need at least 4 of these, which means you're going to need about 4 of these. And I would just make one and then place it down, put some coal in it, and let it charge up wherever you are going to build your things up. If you want to use the survival ones, just place them there, put some coal in them, wood, whatever you want to use, and put about 4 or 5 of them in a row, and just let them keep charging up until you're ready for this bad boy right here, and your first 2 lasers, and then you can make these guys. Don't forget, you do need your macerator, so you'll want a metaformer, compressor, macerator. And I can look up those recipes for you. We can go to industrial craft. Here we go. So come on. These are generators. Come on. Macerator. You'll need crushed obsidian, which is why you'll need the crusher first. And then this is just super easy to make, that. And the other chipset, hold on. Let me go back to it. The chipset is just that. So those are super easy to make. What surprises me is they could replace this with the circuit board from the Carpenters. I don't know why they don't do that. The circuit board here. I guess don't give them no ideas, right? So that's the macerator, which I had one here. I don't know where it went. The compressor here, which is the same recipe as it always is, except for these two. This one's changed. This one's not changed. This one's the same. The iron plate. And if you play Greg Tech, you're used to using a lot of iron. That's not right. Compressor. There we go. In the metaformer, now the metaformer, I'm just going to enter it. I don't feel like looking for it. Metal. There we go. Now this is the one that's going to take you a while to make. You need these 2, and then you need your bronze, your toolboxes, which is bronze item casings around the chest, same as before. You need 2 of those, and then you need these coils, which is going to require copper cables around iron. Guys, so basically they're making you go through industrial craft before you can do anything else. My kitty's on my lap. Put him back down. So that's your basic starter stuff. Let me go ahead. I want to make them again. So if I broke them, I think what I did was I had them sitting right here. Yeah, I think I had them sitting right here with some power, and I moved them so I could place my ender lilies right here because I didn't think I needed them anymore. Apparently I do, so I'm going to rebuild them. So this is your starter setup, guys. This is what you need to get started with all of your different supplies and stuff. You will need more power than the 2 generators they start you out able to make. So I don't know what you're going to do, guys. And this guy right here is going to require 3 blocks of steel, okay, and 4 diamonds each, or 3 blocks of steel. So you need 12 diamonds for this bad boy here. So you're going to be doing a lot of mining. Definitely want to get these up and running. You probably want multiple of these, to be honest with you. 2 or 3 of these. I would go for 2 coal cook ovens per blast furnace. I think that's a good situation. So and 2 sets of those will probably fill you in good. And you'll need to mine a bunch. And you want to do blocks, guys. You want to do blocks. You don't want to do single items. The blocks are going to, and when you convert this over, it does convert over to railcraft steel, just so like that. And You get 2 of these going, and you'll get them on two of these sets. So I'm gonna probably build another one of these right here. That's where we're at right now. If you're interested, I can go back to our spawn. Um, I'll give you the rules we play by for our hunter challenge. You don't need to be. I'm done with the part of the video about the actual expert mode. So if you want to go ahead and cut it off now, you guys don't have to listen to this next part. But if you do, if you're interested, stupid thing. Here's the rules for it. Stage 1, you have to find a village and then build a 7x7 log cabin. It doesn't have to be made out of all logs, but it does have to be qualified as a log cabin. I mean, you can't buy like a giant castle and say, "Oh, this is a log cabin." So, I did not exclude this right here. This 10 right here was included. I did go first, but I did not claim this one. I wanted my town to be really far off. So, as you can see from my teleport here, I went a really, really long way. Yeah. I did. I ran into a tank biome. Yeah. Yeah. So, 5,000 plus blocks. And then got some horses here. I needed horses for my glue. And this is my village right here. And then I found another village. Not there though. It's over in the desert. Over here. Someone moved the waypoint. So I'm gonna need to take that off. Anyway, looks like we're gonna. It's gonna be night pretty soon. So let's hurry up and get this done. Anyway. That's stage 1, you get there. Stage 2 is you have to make a farm with string, wheat, and candleberries because the different stages require those 3 things in order for you to continue onto them. So you make a farm for each one of those. And yet, I didn't put a specification here. If you want to specify a number of plots, I guess a 4x5 minimum of each one will probably be good. I do start you out with a candleberry. When I do my Let's Play, I probably will go ahead and start out with a candleberry too. It just makes things a whole lot easier. If you guys want to do that, if you want to spend the time searching out, come on. If you guys want to spend the time searching for the berry bushes, that's fine. That's fine. It's cool. Completely up to you guys. Just a candleberry at the start will help you out. Stage 3 is make a full set of tough leather armor. We in our current playthrough are not allowed to wear any kind of metal armor whatsoever. So we have to wear the toughened leather armor because it's the most powerful, and it's just like wearing iron armor. It's pretty cool. And then you have to gather a stack of leather. You cannot farm them. This is the important part of this part of the challenge. You cannot farm the leather. You have to actually kill either horses or cows or mushrooms. Moo cows, whatever they're called. Mushroom cows. In order to get that leather. And you have to have a chest at spawn with your stuff in it as part of the next stage. So this is my chest. They haven't got to that point yet. That stage 4, gather resources to make epic ranged weapon, and gather a stack of each ore and gems. Must be in a chest at spawn with a name. This is my name. I haven't put anything here yet. I still have to do the mining part. I did make my epic bow. Now, I do have redstone on this twice, right? And I don't want to show too much of this off, but if you're going to make a bow, yeah, longbow, that's fine. Longbow. There we go. This is the Millennium Bow. It's a 13 heart bow. It has 7 arrow speed and a draw time of 4.5. Right. Bonus damage on critical hit is 0 to 7.5. Right. This is the copper bow. The damage is 12.5. The critical bonus is 0 to 7. And as you can see, the draw time is slower, but the arrow speed is about the same. See, here we go. 7.5, 7.35. Yeah. So, zero point 0.5 less damage. Um, you just need this to be faster. You don't. There's no other special things that you can put on there that I know of. You can't make it electrical, so you're gonna have to put like some kind of repair thing on it. I use just the mouse. Um, and now just the draw time's higher for this one. 4.5 more damage. That's retarded. Um, if you have one level of repair on it, you're never going to run out. So the durability is not a big factor here. It's a complete waste of time. Now this is with my ruby arrows, guys. You may not be using ruby arrows. Okay, so if I put my ruby arrows up and we look at the same recipes here, it's still going to show you ruby arrows. Why is it? Oh, because I put my javelins up. Get my javelins back out. Right here, it'll show you the regular damage, which is 4, and the regular damage of this is 2. But as you can tell, the arrows make up your damage, so that's what you want the damage from. Now, if you want to look at the arrows, it might be worth making the arrows. The arrowhead. Let's just look up arrowhead. There we go. So the Millennium Arrowhead. Where are you at? Sapphire, Obsidian, Millennium. It's 2 hearts of damage, and the Ruby. Ruby. There it is. It's 2 hearts. There's no reason to make Millennium Arrowheads either, except for if you want lots and lots of arrows. But again, put a level repair on them as you're walking around. You can put actually 2 levels on it. I have sharpness, a level of sharpness on mine, and it works fine. I don't do that much hunting on it. If you want like a lot of arrows, go ahead and make the Millennium, but you don't really need it. Be honest, you don't. That works fine. You can't use the copper one for this one. Now there are some that are better. See, the Solarium, all that kind of stuff is better. Yeah, Endurium is another good one. I don't know if you can make arrowhead out of it though. But anyway, there it is. Endurium. It's 8.8 hearts of damage. So the arrowhead is where you want your massive stuff in there, not your bow. You just want the stats. You want both of your draw speed and arrow speed to be green in it, and you want to put lots and lots of redstone, as much redstone as you can put on it, and 1 level of repair. So anyway, so the resources. Once you get that done, stage 5 is to build a trophy room at your base. Move your chest over to there, to your trophy room, and go get the Ender Dragon egg. So nobody's been able to do that yet. Anyway, guys, this is a little goofing off at the end of the episode here. I did at spawn. That's what we do at spawn. We make our basic stuff here. So I did make a blast furnace here for everybody to use. I did not make an actual coke oven here at spawn. Coke oven is really easy to make. The blast furnace not that much, and I made a whole stack of these by accident, so I had extra anyway. So they'll be making the coke oven at theirs, and they'll probably use this one until they can build their own, which is cool. I mean, my daughter isn't too keen on throwing horses into the smeltery. For me, as a note to the developers, balls of glue? Nah, come on. You gotta kill horses for that. Like torture them. It's not like just killing them. You gotta capture them and then put them in here, and then they slowly die. That's not good. What is in here? That's a pretty color. It's iron. It doesn't look like iron. I found a crap load of these too, guys. Crap load of these. I still got more. I got like 16 in the chest over here. I just didn't have room for them right here. Anyway, guys, if you like this episode, make sure you smack that like button. If you subscribe to my channel, I'll send you notifications when I have new videos out. Come check them out, see if you like them. If you do like this episode and you want to share it with your friends, tell me how much you like it. There's a share tab down below. Click on the share tab, copy the link, post it on your Facebook, Twitter, wherever you do social media. And I will see you guys later. One other note, if you want, definitely find some more villages. Sometimes you'll get like a little railcraft, little, I think it's railcraft, hut that's made of brick, which will help you out if you're doing the railcraft thing, because you won't have to actually make them. They'll be in the thing. And it comes with its own little steam engine. It's the hobbyist steam engine, and you can use that. Now you can use one of these other steam engines also, but those take some stuff. And the two that I told you is the one suggested in the actual help guide in your little menu. So those are the two you'll probably end up having to start out with. If there's any other tips for the start, make sure you post them in the comments below. I will be starting this next week, but tomorrow's episode will be me starting. All right, and then this weekend I'm going to spend most of this weekend mining a crap ton. All right, and then Monday will be the actual start. So it's like kind of like a pre-episode, but I'm gonna go ahead and call it episode 1. All right, and then we'll call it like pre-start or something. And then episode 2 will be about ore doubling and getting it set up so we can actually double our ores and get that automated and all that stuff. I believe, I haven't looked, but I believe yes, and the recipe is the same. Don't worry about that, guys. Anyway, guys, I'll see you guys later.